We're now joined by reigning NBL MVP and the newest Washington Wizard, Xavier Cooks. Xavier, I know it's been limited minutes thus far in D.C., but how do you assess your ability to acclimatize to the NBA thus far?
Yeah, you're right. It's a really small sample size, but I'm doing pretty well. I'm just really trying to get up to speed with the play, the terminology, and the NBA rules are kind of different over here, and just that kind of stuff. But I'm enjoying the process.
You can talk about acclimatizing to the NBA. You also had to acclimatize to the fact that you played in Game 5 of an NBL Grand Final. You hop on a plane, you fly 10,000 kilometers, and you suit up right away for your NBA debut. At what point did you kind of feel like yourself here stateside with all that movement and time change?
It probably took about a week. I remember that going into that game, I felt like a bloody zombie, just, so tired, have no idea what's going on, trying to learn the teammates' names, everyone's names, all that kind of stuff. But it was still a lot of fun.
You've said recently that looking back on your summer league stint with the Warriors in 2018, I wasn't ready for the NBA. What's the most significant way that you've seen yourself become ready in the interim?
I think my whole journey helped me out. Going to Europe's a pretty physical league, and that really helped me how to play physical. And then coming back to Australia and just learning the pace of the game and just a combination of those things and building confidence in myself, that really helped me get ready.
Where the Wizards are right now on the ladder, on the outside looking in of the play-in tournament, in many ways the playoffs have begun. If you guys run the table, you still need a little bit of help to get in. How would you compare the mood in this locker room where guys are fighting for that position to the one you just came from in the NBL where a championship was won?
It's a little bit different. I mean, obviously we're playing with desperation over here, but we're down some bodies right now. Brad's been out, Kuz is out, a couple of guys are out right now, so it's pretty tough. Whereas in Sydney, we knew it was kind of a level of like, we have to do this. Like, we're pretty certain we're going to get it done. We're going to just, buy into the game plan and get it done. But in Sydney, I was a lot more confident, I'll tell you that much.
And what's the mood coming into a game against a team like the Celtics that are on the short list of title favorites? They're going for seeding. They have stake in this game as well. How's everything going into today's game?
Everyone's pretty excited to play. Everyone's playing with a level of desperation. Obviously, they're a big team, and I'm looking forward to going against those kind of guys. But, I think everyone's pretty ready for it.
Your contract runs through next season. How will you define success in your tenure in D.C.?
Just be able to contribute to a game consistently, consistent minutes, and have positive impact in those games. I'm not going to try and put a score or, that kind of stuff. Just impact the game in a positive way on a consistent basis.
When you found out that this contract was finalized, you were coming over from the NBL to the NBA, who's a player out there that popped out and you're like, wow, I'm going to be able to play against this guy in the coming weeks?
Oh, man, the list goes on. The list goes on. I mean, every single game I go into the game, I'm like, man, that's Sabonis right there. He's a beast. Or like, that's Jokic, those kind of things. But either way, it's kind of cool to learn from their games and see how efficient they are on the court. I mean, it's always cool to learn on the court, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good process, sorry.
We've seen Jock Landale have accolades in the NBL, come over to the NBA, have a measure of success. You are the newest one on that list. Again, reigning NBL MVP. You're in the NBA. Who from this season in Australia, and I guess New Zealand as well, the Breakers were a game away from winning a championship, do you look at and say, a franchise would be wise to pick up that guy?
I'm going to be biased here and say my boy DJ. I mean, I think everyone can always use shooters, and he's an unbelievable shooter. Another one that sticks out would probably be Brantley. Brantley is a really good competitor. He's a talented. He can shoot threes. He can stretch the floor. There's a lot of guys, but they're the two that come to mind.
Xavier Cooks, the newest Washington Wizard, reigning NBL MVP. Hey, man, irrespective of how things turn out this season, best of luck in the rest of your time in Washington, both this season and beyond. It was a pleasure having you.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.